all praises to the heavenly, holy, almighty creator of infinity, eternity, the universe, and all there is. This is Revelations.Unveiled. Detroit. Hello, family. We are back together in our wonderful zone of love and safety and warmth and comfort. We are here to continue at the knee of wisdom as we increase our spiritual and intellectual thresholds. And we are here to continue our wonderful review of the Lord's Word and the prophecy as given by Brother Daniel. And he is going to let us know in this review about the next coming empire. So we know Brother Daniel has been moved back and forth into time as shown by the visions of the Holy Creator. And he is giving prophecy and advising to the kings of the Babylonian as well as the Persian empires. So as he gives these visions, these stories, these dark sayings, they now come to fruition in our modern world history. So we will get the fine wine and the divine of the sip of superb scripture. And we began. The book of Daniel, chapter 11, verse 1. Also, in the first year of Darius the Mede, even I stood to confirm and to strengthen him. And now I will show you the truth. Behold, there shall stand up yet 3 kings in Persia, and the 4th shall be far richer than they all. And by his strengths, his riches shall stir up against all the realm of Grecia. And a mighty king shall stand up, that shall rule with great dominion, and do according to his will. And when he shall stand up, his kingdom shall be broken, and shall be divided toward the 4 winds of heaven, and not to his posterity, nor according to his dominion which he ruled. For his kingdom shall be plucked up, even for others beside those. And the king of the south shall be strong, and one of his princes, and he shall be strong above him, and have dominion. His dominion shall be a great dominion. And in the end of years they shall join themselves together. For the king's daughter of the south shall come to the king of the north to make an agreement. But she shall not retain the power of the arm, neither shall he stand, nor his arm. But she shall be given up, and they that brought her, and he that begat her, and he that strengthened her in these times. But out of a branch of her roots shall one stand up in his estate, which shall come with an army, and shall enter into the fortress of the king of the north, and shall deal against him, and shall prevail, and shall also carry captives into Egypt their gods, with their princes, and with their precious vessels of silver and of gold, and he shall continue more years than the king of the north. So the king of the south shall come into his kingdom, and shall return into his own land. But his sons shall be stirred up, and shall assemble a multitude of great forces, and one shall certainly come and overflow and pass through. Then shall he return and be stirred up, even to his fortress. And the king of the south shall be moved with choler, and shall come forth and fight with him, even with the king of the north. And he shall set forth a great multitude, but the multitude shall be given into his hand. And when he has taken away the multitude, his heart shall be lifted up, and he shall cast down many 10,000s, but he shall not be strengthened by it. For the king of the north shall return, and shall set forth a multitude greater than the former, and shall certainly come after certain years with a great army and with much riches. And in those times there shall be many stand up against the king of the south. Also the robbers of your people shall exalt themselves to establish the vision, but they shall fall. So the king of the north shall come and cast up a mount, and take the most fenced cities, and the arms of the south shall not withstand, neither his chosen people, neither shall there be any strength to withstand. But he that cometh up against him shall do according to his will, and none shall stand before him. And he shall stand in the glorious land, which by his hand shall be consumed. He shall also set up his face to enter with the strength of his whole kingdom, and upright ones with him. Thus shall he do, and he shall give the daughter of women, corrupting her, but she shall not stand on his side, neither be for him. So right now, family, this is the prophecy being outlined for Brother Daniel, and he is giving this prophecy to the Persian Mede king of what will become of his kingdom and what is the next ruling empire to come into power. So he is describing Alexander the Great and the 4 generals he gave power to, and the succession of their sons down to Antiochus Epiphanes. And we continue, verse 18. And after all this shall he turn his face unto the isles, and shall take away many. But a prince for his own behalf shall cause the reproach offered by him to cease. Without his own reproach he shall cause it to turn upon him. Then he shall turn his face toward the fort of his own land, but he shall stumble and fall, and not be found. Then shall stand up in his estate a raiser of taxes in the glory of the kingdom, but within days he shall be destroyed, neither in anger nor in battle. And in his estate shall stand up a vile person, to whom they shall not give the honor of the kingdom, but he shall come in peaceably, and obtain the kingdom by flatteries. And with the arms of a flood shall they be overflown from before him, and shall be broken, yea, also the prince of the covenant. And after the league made with him, he shall work deceitfully, for he shall come up, and he shall become strong with a small people. He shall enter peaceably, even unto the fattest places of the prophets, and he shall do that which his fathers have not done, nor his fathers' fathers. He shall scatter among them the prey, and spoil, and riches. Yeah, he shall forecast his devices against the strongholds, even for a time. Verse 25. And he shall stir up his power and his courage against the king of the south with a great army. And the king of the south shall be stirred up to battle with a very great and mighty army, but he shall not stand. For they shall forecast devices against him. Yea, they that feed of the portion of his meat shall destroy him, and his army shall overflow, and many shall fall down slain. So these are the wars that would take place in the coming Greek Empire to establish the primary power between the four kings that are coming to be. This is all future prophecy of Daniel talking to the Medo-Persian king that we look back upon today, family, as the Persian, Medo, and Greek empires. And we continue. And at the time appointed he shall return and come toward the south, but it shall not be as appointed, and shall not be as the latter. For some of the ships of Chittim, modern day Greece, shall come against him. Therefore he shall be grieved and return, and have indignation against the holy covenant. So shall he do. He shall even return and have intelligence with them that forsake the holy covenant. So right there, that is a foretelling of a scorn and a reproach that is to come upon the holy people in the Greek Empire. And arms shall stand on his part, and they shall pollute the sanctuary of strength, and they shall take away the daily sacrifice, and they shall place the abomination that makes desolate. And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt by flatteries. But the people that do not know their God. Verse 32. And such as do wickedly against the covenant shall he corrupt by flatteries. But the people that do know their God shall be strong and do exploits. And they that understand among the people shall instruct many, yet they shall fall by the sword, and by flame, by captivity, and by spoil many days. Now, when they shall fall, they shall be helped with a little help, but many shall cleave to them with flatteries. And some of them of understanding shall fall, to try them, and to purge, and to make them white and clean, even to the time of the end, because it is yet for a time appointed. And the king shall do according to his will, and he shall exalt himself and magnify himself above every god, and shall speak marvelous things against the God of gods, and shall prosper till the indignation be accomplished. For that is determined shall be done. Neither shall he regard the God of his fathers, nor the desire of women, nor regard any God, for he shall magnify himself above all. But in his estate shall he honor the God of forces, and a God whom his fathers knew not shall he honor with gold and silver, and with precious stones and pleasant things. Thus he shall do in the most strongholds with a strange God, whom he shall acknowledge and increase with glory, and he shall cause them to rule over many, and shall divide the land for gain. And at the time of the end, the king of the south push at him, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind, with chariots and with horsemen and with many ships, and he shall enter into the countries and shall overflow and pass over. He shall enter into the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown, but these shall escape out of his hand, even Edom and Moab, and the chief of the children of Ammon. He shall stretch forth his hand also upon the countries, and the land of Egypt shall not escape. But he shall have power over the treasures of gold and of silver, and over all the precious things of Egypt. And the Libyans and the Ethiopians shall be at his steps. But the tidings out of the east and out of the north shall trouble him. Therefore he shall go forth with great fury to destroy, and utterly to make away many. Verse 45, and he shall plant the tabernacles of his palace between the seas in the glorious holy mountain, yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him. All praises, all praises, all praises. And so, family, as a student of the word and then a student of secular history, when we look at these prophecies that were given to us thousands of years ago, when the prophets spoke to these heads of states and to the people, and as it is now written, thus said the Lord to them, we now can see how those empires came into power, how they flourished, and then their decline. And that was a snapshot of the Greek Empire. This is the empire you can't read about in the Holy Word because it was removed and placed in the book of Maccabees. But the power of reflecting on the history as outlined as prophecy, this is what sharpens our spiritual eye and tunes our spiritual ear. So family, let us continue with our study, our review, our elaboration, our collaboration, our expounding and expansion as we continue in our studious study and discerning of prophecy as it lines up with world history and current day events. So we will endure and persevere in love and light and keep in the battles of soldiers of salvation. And until we are together again, I love you. I love you. I love you. This is the book of Daniel chapter 11. And this is Revelations.Unveiled. Detroit.